What is up, beautiful people? It's your girl Cam, and I am back with another video. Today I'm going to be setting up my final spreads to prepare my 2024 reading journal for me to use it. It'll be all set up and ready to go after these two last spreads. So let's get to it. All right, y'all, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. And if you celebrate Kwanzaa, I hope you're having a great Kwanzaa. Hope you're getting ready for a happy new year, getting ready for 2024. And I have been getting my reading journal all set up for the new year in this multi-part series to prep my journal for the next reading year. I've been doing it that way because there are a lot of pages that I had to prepare and set up. It takes a while for me to set it up the way I want to use it. But I'm fine with that because once I get these trackers all done and ready to go, I only have to do them once and they're ready for me to use the entire year. Then I can spend the rest of my time looking at how many pages I'm reading per day, my monthly stats, and my book reviews. Okay, so once I get these initial trackers done, I don't have to do them anymore. They're done for the year. So the last spreads that I'm going to do today are my, what I like to call superlatives. Okay, so my favorite books, and then maybe even some of my least favorite books and other categories as well. So I've got a lot of supplies that I want to go over with you real quick, and then we'll get started. So I am definitely going to use some of these alphas to make headers for the different sections. I'm probably going to use these. These are the ones I'm kind of feeling right now. It's kind of a more sleek alphabet. I think I like that. I have another set of alphas just in case, and I've got alphabet template to use as well. And this is just a backup in case I decide I want to do something different, like switch the headers up and how they look. These templates are from Mr. Pen, and I bought them because I like my handwriting, but I'm not really good at switching my handwriting up. And sometimes I want to switch up the way my alphas look in my journals. So yeah, I just bought these templates to kind of switch things up. I will link them in the description box so that you can take a look at them on Amazon. They were pretty cheap, and there's 12 different alphas here. I'll just go let you see them really quick. I hope you can see them. Just different types of letters, and you see it that way. Is that better? So yes, I've got these as an option for lettering as well if we want to go that route. Okay, then the main thing that I will be using to set this up is just a lot of different neutral types of papers. So I've got some cardstock craft paper. Got this music sheet. You've seen some of this before if you've been watching the series, because I've been using these same pages throughout to set up my trackers and intro pages. But I'm going to be grabbing some of these. I may even pull in some gray. I'm going to be grabbing some of these to set this page up. I've got some black. I've got the back side of that Trader Joe's grocery bag that I showed you a few weeks ago. I've got a manila folder that I can break this down just to add some different textures and different shades of neutral pages. You know what I mean? So we've got like a vanilla, a caramel, a chocolate, this pattern paper. So I just want lots of different shades of neutral elements. Then of course I've got my tape runner. I've got some neutral washi tapes that we might use. I've got my acrylic block to go with the stamps that I showed you earlier. These stamps go with this acrylic block. You use these two together. Got my stamp pad, my ink pad. couple pens, washi cutter, scissors. Did I say tape runner? I think I did. Okay, so let's get into it. One more thing, y'all. Last but not least, I've got some dolls in case I decide to add some neutral kind of dolls to the situation. Okay, now we're gonna start for real. The first thing I want to do is set up my papers on this page, kind of put some papers in place, and then we'll go in and add the headers and the categories that I'm going to be documenting here. So if you're not familiar with superlatives, they're like best couple, best cover, best ending, best quotes, best protagonist, best villain. So basically categories like that we're going to document here in this journal. So I wouldn't come back and fill this in until the end of the year, but I want to go ahead and have it set up so I can be thinking about it as I'm reading my books throughout the year. Okay? Okay, so I think I want to start with this manila paper and kind of set up a header. At the top of my page. And I do want to let you know that I got this idea from the Plant-Based Bride, and I will link her channel and the video that I'm referencing down in the description box. I like to give credit where credit is due. So I got this idea from the Plant-Based Bride. I don't think she called hers superlatives, but that's what I'm calling mine. And I'm gonna have to go light on the tape, y'all, because this is my last roll of tape. So I'm gonna start here up at the top to create a header. And then I want to pull in some of this dark brown paper. And really what I'm doing is just creating a lot of different layers to just create some texture. On the page. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm using this this manila folder to create some boxes on my page. I'm going to use the manila folder and some of this cardstock craft paper to create several boxes on my page where I'm going to document different favorites. Okay, so let me set these boxes up or cut them out. Okay, so now I have got all of my boxes set up. And again, as I mentioned, I got this idea from the Plant-Based Bride. She used tea stained paper. Where I have these little manila folders, she used tea stained paper. I don't have any tea stained paper. But yeah, I got this idea from her. I'm going to link her channel down below. If you're not following her, you should be. She's got great content, especially if you love bullet journaling, and if you keep a reading journal. If you just want to see somebody keep a reading journal, she does a great job with hers. So all of my boxes are set up for the first page and the second page. And now I'm going to go in with my stamps, my stamp pad, my acrylic block. And I think I'm going to go with these slender lowercase letters to create my superlatives. So the first thing I want to do is I want to create a header, a heading, and then I'll go through and put things like my favorite quote. I'll probably just abbreviate it: fave quote, fave book, best couple, first book I read, the last book I read, etc. So let me do the stamping, and then I'll come back and show you how it all came together. Okay? BRB. All right, y'all, it feels like 10 years later, but I am back, and my superlatives spread is done for my 2024 reading journal. This took a lot longer than I anticipated, like a lot longer, mainly because I was using stamps, and I had to pull all of the stamps out, the individual stamps, put them on the acrylic block, put it in the stamp pad, stamp it, etc. So, however, I love how it turned out. I had to go wash my hands because I had a lot of ink on my hands. And when I came back to the table, my journal was open, and I just thought, oh, wow, that looks beautiful. So I know that I like the way it turned out. Sometimes when you're working on a spread, you're so close to it, you know, in the moment of creating it, you can't really tell or assess if you like how it's turning out. When it gets like that, sometimes you just need to leave the journal open, walk away, and come back, and then take a look at it, assess it after you've had a chance to go wash your hands, go get a snack, go talk to your loved one, just a few minutes, just 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, then come back to it and take a look at it and see how you feel. So when I did that, I left because I had to wash my hands because I had so much ink on my hands. But when I came back and I looked at it, I really, really love it. So here's the first page. I love the haphazard look of it, that it looks like it's just kind of random. I love that. Here's the first page. I added some flowers, some dolls, some stars. In some places I used my handwriting to write the superlative category. In other places I used the stamps. Some places I used the stamps and my handwriting. So this is the first 2 pages, and here's the second set of pages. Love, love, love how they turned out. So let's talk about what I'll be documenting here. So my first book that I read in 2024, which I don't even know if that's going to be yet. I went book shopping today and I bought a couple of books that I've been just itching to read. So maybe one of those books will be the first book I read, but we'll document that there. My favorite quote of the year, which we won't know until December of next year. Best book, we won't know that until later. Shortest book, longest book, the book that made me cry, a book that made me laugh. Best couple, book I finished the fastest. Best dressed book, meaning the best cover. Then the second page is best main character, book I would highly recommend. Biggest surprise, biggest disappointment, best villain. Now you could say best or worst villain here, but I think sometimes when a villain is written and you really, really despise them, then they're written well. You really despise them, but they're written well. Their character is clear. The character is layered. The character is not one-dimensional. Yeah, that could be a good villain. So, but you could say worst if you wanted to there. Best romance, book that I would say don't waste your time on it. It goes here. Most surprising book, most confusing book. I had a couple of those this year. Best thriller, best page turner, and then the last book that I read for the year. So that is what I will be documenting here in my superlatives section of my reading journal for 2024. I absolutely love how this turned out. I got this idea again from Plant-Based Bride. I will link her video down below. If you're not following her, you should be. She has great reading journal content and bullet journal content as well. So that's going to do it for me for this last set of spreads in my setup process for my 2024 reading journal. So the next video that will be coming up will be a complete flip through of my setup pages for 2024. Now, if you've been following me on this setup process, this setup journey, you want to watch this video because there are several pages that I did not film. There are pages that I set up off camera on my own time, just as a little therapeutic process. Okay, there's several setups like that. So that'll be the next video coming out related to my reading journal setup. And then I will probably set up my January spreads. And then I want to show you how I print my photos from my book covers, because I've had that question several times and I want to show you how I do that. So once we get January all set up and I choose my books for January, my TBR for January, then I'll come back and show you how I get those book covers printed out. Okay, so thanks so much for joining me for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, I hope you'll take a moment and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified every time I post new content right here on this channel just for you. I hope that you're getting your journals and your planners all set up for the new year. You know, as I always say, it's best to get it done in advance. So all you have to do when the time comes is pick up your pen and write. So get those planners all together. I hope that this video gave you some ideas and some inspiration, and I hope you're having a great week. I hope that your week, as we wrap up 2023, I hope it's full of love, joy, and most of all, peace. See you next time.